Hey everybody, it's Matt Cribbs here, playing some Hermitcraft Modsauce on the Cribbscraft server. I hope you're having a great day. I'm having a really good day. I'm feeling great. I'm feeling really good because I had a great dinner. Oh my gosh, it was went out for a little special dinner tonight for a family thing and had Korean barbecue, and oh my God, do I love meat. So good. We had charobagi and kalbi and just more meat than I probably is really healthy for one person to eat, but so good, so good, so good. So, yeah, I'm all fed and feeling content and feeling happy. Or at least I kind of am, because today's a little bit of a sad day. Today is the last day that we'll be doing this series on Modsauce here. And now, if you follow my channel, you know that I just started a new Feed the Beast Infinity series, which is great. Looking forward to it. It's going to be really super exciting. It's on the Riotcraft server, so playing with some other guys that I know, and it'll be really fun. So really looking forward to that. But I just don't have enough time to do two different modded series, and let's be honest, the two packs, Modsauce and Feed the Beast Infinity, are pretty close to each other. Let's turn you guys off because you're a little bit noisy. Where's the switch for this? See, it's been a while since I've been playing on here, and I forget where the switch is. Maybe it doesn't have a switch. No, oh, that's right. It's controlled by inventory, and something is using all the ender pearls. Anyway, we'll just walk away from them. So, yeah, Feed the Beast Infinity and Modsauce, two mod packs, a lot of things in common, so don't really have time to do both. And as I mentioned in that series, you know, Modsauce was Hermitcraft. It's their mod pack, and I think for various reasons, all of which are good on their side, it's just not going to be getting the updates, at least as far as I can tell. So we're going to move on, and if you really want to know more details about that, go watch the Infinity series. And if you didn't know that, if you haven't followed my channel, or if you don't subscribe, go ahead and subscribe. I usually say that at the end, but we'll just go say that right now. So yeah, it's going to be time to say goodbye to this world. And you know, I like to do these end episodes. I like to have them. It gives a nice, I think, recap of what's been going on, and it gives me closure, and I like to have closure. I know some people don't like them because they get all sad, and they're like, no, don't stop, but you know, sometimes it's time to move on. And this was really the first series that I recorded. So I learned a lot since I started this, and we'll talk about some of that later. But let's kind of review what we've done. If you remember, we started off here in this little hovel hole, and really this server's a really loose word because it's really just me playing on here that at least that records. My brother BD Cribbs is also playing on the server, but he doesn't have a YouTube. He's not interested in doing that. So he had built this hole, and when we first started, it did not have this wall or this door. It was just kind of a little hovel that we squatted in. Got some stuff built in. Down there we put our mining, which was cool. Made the portal to the mining world. This is I don't think hello. Can I go? Can I go? No? Huh. Don't seem to have that portal working, but that's okay. We have another way into the mining world. But I don't think we have mining world in Infinity. Instead, we have oh. Well, that would be why we couldn't get into the mining world. Something crashed. I wonder if it was the server or if it was I don't know. We'll see. I'll take a drink while we're doing that. Much better. Okay. I think we're going to have to be back. Let me cut now and get reconnected so we can continue. All right, we're back in. I don't know why. For some reason, going through this portal crashed the server. So server. So yeah, we won't be doing that again. But yep, had our little nice starter bit, and then a little bit of food. As I said, these were the really not really a server, not really an SMP series, even though it is on a server, since it was really just me. Although, BD Cribbs here was playing as well, and Ty Cribbs as well, who now is no longer going by that name or skin. So that head is like a special collector's item. It's cool. Should save it. Not going to go in chronological order, but since there were a few of us, we made a nice little computer craft thing to keep track of the public frequencies. And this is something I might have to reinstitute on the Infinity world, especially if things are public, just so people know where things are. It's always a little bit confusing to try and keep track of where is what and what ender tanks are what. And so, it's nice to have one of these little boards to be able to keep track of things. So one of the things I'm going to miss is advanced genetics. And I like this little room. Advanced genetics is one of those mods that you spend the time getting what you need, and then once you have it up and running, you don't really touch it again. Like, once you get the traits you want, and in this case I wanted flight, but once you get that and you build these, you don't really need to do anything except re-inject yourself. So built this nice little small room to fit it in, and actually used DNA analyzers as the floor and wall because I couldn't find anything that matched a texture that looked good with it. If I had to do this again, I'd make the room maybe a little bigger, but it's just kind of tucked right in here, kind of just in that nook, so it's kind of cool. But yeah, don't have advanced genetics to do the flight in this one, so it's going to be a little bit of a, I don't know what I'm going to do for, excuse me, that was rude. But don't know what I'm going to do for flight yet in Infinity. I'm not to that point, but I won't be cheating mode flight like that. So the lodge was built. This was built by BD Cribbs. Originally, this housed our advanced genetics setup up on here on the second floor. First floor never got used for anything, but up here we had all our machines set up there, and now it's just a bedroom. So hey, it is what it is. And yes, I know there's portal effects going on up there. It's because I believe he has a advanced portal in that window to his base. That's another mod that I'm really gonna miss. I liked the advanced portals, but we got Mistcraft. We have something else that does teleportation, so it is what it is. Put this nice road in here with. I liked using the collapsible carpenter's blocks as the road because it gives that kind of uneven ground effect, which is pretty cool. And thankfully, everything has carpenter's blocks. I spend a lot of time putting the Enderman farm since you need the Ender pearls, and I used a lot of it for my power. And we had a massive containment failure where you can see all these blocks, all this dirt, all the Endermen escaped. They had built a hole coming out. And I think I know why that was. If you look here, if you see here, the dirt is pulled away from the edge. So I think what is actually wrong is this farm is one block too small in each dimension. So let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have a feeling that I should have made it 10 by 10 because I think what is happening is the Endermen are falling down, and the ones that come right here on the edge can actually steal the dirt from this edge here. And before, this wall was not all cobble, so there was dirt in this wall, and they stole it, and I think that's what happened. They stole the dirt as they fell, and then they could teleport out and made a giant mess. So yeah, next time if I build, you know what? I don't know. I don't know if Soul Shards Reborn is in Infinity. I'm going to have to look. I know there's going to be a mod spawner of some kind, but we got a little bit before we get there. Also build a blaze farm, because blazes are important. Just standard little thing. Kill them with water and spikes and lots of noise. So, yeah. Here was our wither skeleton farm, and this is just using the auto spawner. I did not build this. Brian built this. And looks like we had a creeper explosion down there. So that's that. But after the farms, the first thing I did was build this this tree house. And this has these biomes of plenty sacred oak trees, which are kind of like mini giant redwoods. And everyone builds a tree base, but usually they hollow out the trunk and they build the base there. I wanted to build basically as if it was tree houses. Kind of like the Swiss Family Robinson thing at Disney World, if you've ever been there, but where it's the trees, the houses perched in the trees. And so I thought this was kind of a nice way to do it. And I think it came out really, really well. I think this came out really pretty with the kind of peaked brick roofs there and all that. I'm not really happy with this spire. I always meant to come back and change this roof. I really don't like the way this comes out. I think it'd be better being more pointy and maybe a little conical on there. But yeah, I don't know. Not really happy with that. But everything else, I think I came out super, super well. And really, really do like that build. It was a pain because instant leaf despawning is on. And so as I was hollowing out the areas for the houses to be in, the leaves would decay, and I almost ended up with a tree like that one over there that was completely decayed. Actually, when I said I had no problem with the blaze farms, I lied. I got hit by a teleportation creeper or something that got some blazes out, and it broke part of the farm, and so you can still see some of the damage. Some of these trees got hit and caught on fire, and this one got hit pretty bad, so I just decided, just for fun, to chop down all the leaves off of it. And so it has this nice little sculpture thing going on. Ooh, is that a leaf? Did I see another leaf? Yes, I did. You go away now. Oh, wait, no. Better. Okay, now this is done. Now this is completely done. Good, I'm glad we came back and finished that. That would have been a disaster if I would have left a leaf there. But this tree almost ended up the same way because it, with the instant leaf despawn mechanic, I almost lost all the leaves on here. But anyway, I thought this was a really cool, nice way to do the build. Have a little bridge over to my base, and a little bridge going around the edge to the doors here. And I really like the carpenter's doors opening double. But never really, this was the last room I built, and I almost really built it for cosmetic purposes, so it didn't really use it much. Then the elevator goes right up the middle to, we did a lot of our work in this area. We had our little entry hall and our, well, that goes off to the rest of the base, so we'll cover that. But our little, QEDs and all those things. A lot of the work was really done in this base. I never really got to all the mechanics, and I think I know why that was. So, standard little storage system before AE with the transfer pipes. But you know what? It worked. It was what we needed at the time. And these machines, they got their job done. So, it was fun. And then, of course, in the upstairs floor, we just had our bedroom and our little tiny capacitor bank with a little power coming off the ender pearls. Are these guys the ones eating it up? You know what? I don't care. No, it's not, because this is full. Must be the quarry is still running. But yeah, so that was it. That's what we had there. And then, of course, I made the rest of my base, and I forget how to get out down here. And the idea was to have, it was based off of the book Hyperion by Dan Simmons. And I'm pretty sure it was Hyperion that was in there. But in that book, he describes, it's a great book, you should read it, but in the early parts of the book, he describes a world where they have teleportation, or like gates. And people build their houses by just every doorway you walk through teleports you to somewhere else. So they have like a bathroom in the middle of the ocean, and then you step through the doorway and your bedroom's in the middle of a tree on a different planet even, or a different galaxy. So I thought it was really cool and wanted to do something like that for my base. And I don't think it was really successful. So the first thing I did off of it was actually not this. This was the front door. And I think it was cool. Just I used the sky blocks here to make it look like it was outside. I think it came out really well. But yeah, so I ended up with the base being this kind of central hallway that connected to a bunch of independent little rooms. And I don't think that's really the feel I was going for. I wanted to feel more like a building with just the rooms happen to not be connected to each other. Whereas I think this just kind of feels more like a hallway of portals that go to disconnected things. And I think part of the reason I ended up with this was because I did this first. And I made this little kind of optical illusion here where you go through and it looks like you're in the treehouse here. And then if you look through here, you go through this portal and it goes to this room. And you know what? This was cool. I really, really like this. I like this optical illusion. It's much better when, sorry, there's I think the trash men are outside taking the garbage. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's distracting me a little bit. What am I saying? Yeah, the optical illusion is much better when you don't have the particles. And when I first built this, the particles were off in the mod pack. Now they're on. There is a way. There's supposedly a mod you can use, or a modifier thing you can put in here to turn them off, but it never worked for me. But anyway, so I really do like this. It took a while to fully, completely, if you don't know how I did this. So this is just and there's a Slipgator statue, but this is just a different room. So here, it's just, and there's a D-Max statue. That doesn't look right for him. I don't know. These got put up, but apparently the skin's wrong. So yeah, I just duplicated the room block for block exactly. And then the areas you can't see are just dead ends with cobble. So it totally is an illusion. But in order, it's cool that it looks like you're just going and poof, you're now in a different place, but it doesn't look like you went anywhere. I really, really like that. But that made this part weird. Like I had to put a wall here going into somewhere else. And then so you have a portal and a weird room and then a door. And I think it messed up the flow of the base. So yeah, I still like it. I still think this is really cool, but it's not really what I was going for. So maybe we'll come up with a way to do this idea again. But I'm not going to duplicate this base idea on Infinity. It's just I've tried it once and I'm not going to do it again. So anyway, yeah, came up with this hallway. Thought that was good. And then the next thing I did, what was the next thing I did? We had a portal to our mining world, and it's just a quarry world. It's just a mine, and Ender mine. I think that's the one I used in there. So nothing special there. Next thing we did was get power set up, and this is also known as the Portal of Tremendous Lag because it's got a ton of ender generators and windmills, and if I go in there I get like 3 frames, so we're not even going to go in there. And then I built a low power storage room with just a giant capacitor, and here I had, I can turn on and off the different transfer sources. These guys are from the oh, I did label them. Oh no. Oh yeah, these are from the pearls too. So I use ender pearls to power it, and I also use windmills. This should be from Wind 1, yes. So I had 2 of each on each side and going into here. So I can turn on and off what power I'm using depending on how much is actually being consumed. Never really had to use that, but I wanted that capability. So after the power, the next thing I got hooked up was actually... Was it A? It doesn't matter. We're over here right now. I think I did A first, but I worked on this cobble gen area, and this was cool. I found this area. I wanted to make a big cube, a big cobblestone, but I didn't want to just make a big cobblestone cube. I wanted to make a big floating diagonal cobblestone cube. And I found this area, this big crater. This was one of those AE2 meteors that come in that happen to generate in the middle of a mountain. So it made this huge circular divot, which was awesome. And I put this cube in the middle of it. And it's not perfect. You can tell it doesn't look fully cube-like. It's a little elongated, but it's as close as I could. It's pretty close. And the math to get these diagonals right in Minecraft, when you're just dealing with blocks, it's a lot of trigonometry. It's hard stuff. So, and I think some of it is optical illusion because of just your, the way your field of view is. So I'm really happy with this. I think it came out really cool. And it's just fun to look at. And it's fun to walk around. But yeah, so built that giant cube floating in there, and then made the little platform area to put cobblestone gen, so I could make the compressed cobblestone. And it's working. It's pretty cool. It has generators up here and plenty of room to expand if I needed more, and then the little compression things going on, and I got what I wanted. So I'm really happy with the way this came out. I thought it was a really cool big build. And then the other big piece I got done was kind of my AE storage unit. And that's over here. And I put it in a nice big dome underneath the water. And I spent a lot of time just digging out this and building this. Come on, fill in, guys. Come on. Spent a lot of time. Nope, not in. Yeah, filling in this dome and getting it just right. And I think this also came out really cool. And I just did it with, for all the bulk stuff, I duplicated all the barrels that I had there because I wanted it visual and I wanted it to take up space and I wanted it to be big and I wanted it to look impressive and be cool. And I think it did. I think it came out really well. And it's another thing that's cool, and I'm really happy with this. It was fun, and building underwater sucked, so I had to get a scuba tank and yeah. But at the end of the day, another big component, and I think that's the theme of why this base idea, while it's cool and I do like it, wasn't really what I was going for, because it's not a series of connected rooms. It's a series of portals that go to big builds. And, this took a lot of time to build. That took a lot of time to build. And maybe they're not the biggest builds of all, but they took significant effort. And I think that's one of the lessons I've learned in doing this series, is that, not that big builds are bad. Big builds are good. They're fun. They're awesome. But the way I was doing this, I wanted to get the build made. Like, I built that cube before I put in the cobble gen. And I built the dome before I put in the AE system. And then this last thing that I was working on right before we left here was the factory, and a Victorian factory compound that I wanted to make to put my factory automation in. And so I built this big area, and I think it's starting to look great. It's clearly not done yet, but a lot of the detail isn't here, but it's looking, you can see the potential in where it's coming. This, when it gets done, if it was going to get done, and I think it will. I think actually I'm going to kind of expand and make a variation of this for my base in Infinity. Teaser. Now, if you watch this far in the video, you learn things. So this is why you should always watch my videos all the way through, because you learn things. But yeah, again, I wanted to do the build before I got the machines in. And as a result, I don't even have more than the basic machines in my spawn base. So I think the problem was I was making these large fancy builds as backdrops for the things I wanted to do. And I wanted them almost as a canvas for the work I wanted to do in the series, without taking into account the fact that the build itself is equally important and is equally a part of the series. So that's something I've learned in the way I do the videos is, don't start on these big builds and wait until you get them done to start putting in, the machines and the things you need and the other stuff you need. You do it bit by bit. And I played with speed, time lapses. I played with doing a lot of stuff off camera. But the fact of the matter is, and I don't do this full time. I have my full-time job. I have a family. I have things I need to do. And so just the pace that I play at, it slowed down the series slower than I wanted. And I never made the progress I wanted to make. But I did get some good builds out of it. And I do get some good ideas. And so, I think it's going to be great. I'm looking forward to starting a new series. Looking forward to Infinity. I'm going to miss this world a bit. Not a bit. I'm going to miss this world. I think some really cool things happened in it. But I think I'm going to use some of these ideas and leverage them. Show them in different ways. And build them in kind of different things in the new series. So, anyway, that was the that was the Hermitcraft Modsauce world on the Cribbscraft server that I made, and hope you enjoyed it. I really, really liked playing in this world, and I really, really liked getting my YouTube start in this world. So it will always be a special one here for me, and hope you enjoyed the episodes. Hope you're not too sad about the fact that we'll be leaving. Gonna go through the portal. Oh, yep. Hope you're not too sad about the fact we're leaving this world, but I'm pumped for Infinity, and I'm excited for the things we're going to be doing. So I'll see you over there, and I'll see you in the Vanilla series. Hope you watch that too. Please, if you enjoy what I'm doing, subscribe. Be the first to see what is coming in the new stuff. Leave a thumbs up if you like this video. Even if you're sad it's leaving, leave a thumbs up. And until the next time, I hope you have a great day. I'll see you later. Bye.